The left in the United States internalized the idea that President Trump was a racist, a bigot, a homophobe, who hated Mexicans, called them all rapists, wanted to build a wall, keep them out, put kids in cages, never mind, that was the Obama administration, and on and on. And they couldn't understand why would Hispanic voters be drifting towards the president. And do you know what their answer was? And I wish I was making this up. I'm really not. This actually was the explanation offered by strategists. It was offered up on television repeatedly that Hispanic voters who came from Central and South American countries, they liked strong men. And Donald Trump's bravado, machismo, whatever you want to call it, was inducing them to support him. They liked his performance style, and that's why they were voting for him. Now, that to me sounded racist out of the gate. That you were saying that Hispanic voters like loud, strong men. You mean like the people from whom they fled? Sounded very racist. In the same way that the explanation for young black men going for Donald Trump was toxic masculinity. Have you listened to the rap music? And I wish I was making this stuff up, but this was offered up on television. This was offered up in print. This was offered up on radio. This was offered up across the internet, that these were the explanations for what was happening. When you actually spend time and interview those voters, though, what you find is that Hispanic voters who fled to this country don't want socialism. Hispanic voters who fled to this country do not want to further engage with the failed economic ideas that caused them to flee their native countries for here. Young black men who went for Donald Trump want a job. And by the way, they thank him for getting their friends and family out of prison with prison reform, with the legislation that Joe Biden put them in prison. Believe it or not, those are the reasons. And it was obvious to anyone who wasn't involved in identity politics. But if you were involved in identity politics, you couldn't process why someone might vote Republican unless that they're somehow a hater or they got something wrong with them. Oh, they like the strongmen dictators. Look at them.